Captain's Log Supplemental.
Hey Jeremy, you know those race cars you're busy building?
Yeah, I do. I
You,
got one that I'm looking at every day.
you know what I don't see you working on?
You don't see me working on the amazing Sentinel system yet.
That's true. It would take all of 10 minutes for you to have one.
And it's very quick and easy to install.
It is. It is. And we could watch you when we are not at the race with you and see how you're doing. And then we can call you up when you get out of the car and tell you everything you did wrong.
And I love that because so many years I've been driving and not been able to see what I'm doing.
I know.
And now we can.
I know. You know what I'd like to do with the video? My most favorite thing is I take the video and I load it on YouTube and then I send it to my coach and say, look at 26 minutes and 17 seconds. Look at this one lap and tell me what I can do better. And every single time, you know what they say?
Everything.
Exactly. Precisely. So with the Sentinel system, you get instantaneous feedback plus useful feedback that unfortunately is accurate for my driving.
I think it's accurate for all of our driving.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's probably true. Yep. But you need to get one in your car, sir.
Yes, I do. And with the discount code that you're going to tell everybody, they can save 10% on this awesome system.
Yep. Trouble-free. I haven't had an issue getting video every time we've gone out with the Sentinel. It's always worked. Can't say the same for some of the other systems we've tried. So I don't know. It's on the podcast notes down there. Don't do it while you're driving, though. We like to have our listeners live. It's good.
From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher, and their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher, and our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. Their mission: to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. I'm going to be one of the hosts for this episode. My name is Bill. Who else is hosting?
I'm Vicki. It's just
right.
us tonight.
Nope.
Well, I meant
just hosting.
hosting.
Yes. I was going to say, we have guests. I'm like, we've been talking to them the past 5 minutes. That's fine.
Yep.
Miss Vicki, we shared a garage with them when they were moving in and they were too far away. And we said, no, you come this way.
Yes.
They have perhaps the highest ratio of engines to laps completed in the history of Lemons.
Yes.
Probably up there. I don't know if we're number one.
You're definitely up there. The ratio is not in the right direction, sir. One of them has been on before, one of them hasn't, and we're going to talk a little bit about the team. We're going to talk a little bit about the race, and we're going to talk a little bit about Waka Motorsports.
That's right. I'm so excited about this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to be back.
That's right.
Yay!
We have Rich Russo and Justin Rawlings.
Yep. So, guys, brief intro about yourself. Give us a little deep dive on you, starting with Rich.
Okay. Born and raised in New Jersey, always into cars. Started Waka Motorsports back in like 2018 for me and my friends to work on cars and kind of go racing. Found Lemons, found a couple of buddies stupid enough to get into it with me, and here we are.
Always the key. You have to find some idiots. And speaking of,
right. How about you, Justin?
Idiot number one. Also born and raised in Jersey, the Hudson County area. Was into cars kind of in high school. Didn't really work on them much. I was more of a fan, reading magazines, Car and Driver, all sorts of JDM import magazines. but never really worked on them. Didn't race them. Didn't drive them. I mean, drove, but just regular driving. Um, like to fix things myself. Like to like if I can YouTube something and figure out how to do it. I prefer to do that than pay somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then over the years, this guy started working with me, and with several different iterations of Waka, always you should get involved, you should get involved, you should get involved, and it's always yeah, no, I got other things going on. This seemed interesting, and slowly but surely, here we are.
Hmm.
So we're
So,
blaming Rich. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
so Rich's
Okay.
fault.
Yeah.
So,
Inevitable.
why don't we revisit the name of Waka? I just love the name. You
So
can
it doesn't
tell
have
a story again.
any has nothing to do with Fozzie Bear,
All right.
despite everyone else thinking it might.
All right. Podcast over. Thanks. Nice having you guys.
So it stands for We're Always Kidding Around.
Okay.
It's kind of the PG explanation, at least. It just came about with a bunch of guys hanging out, playing Call of Duty originally, but now into cars, and it's more of a frame of mind. It's basically I'm gonna sell somebody on something really stupid, and that's basically across the board. No matter what's happening with Waka, it's me convincing someone to do something really stupid, like some sort of bad idea. That's basically how it
Mm-hmm.
boils down.
So
So,
Sounds
it's
about right.
so wait. It's really Wafa Motorsports. I mean,
Well,
if we're gonna get real, I mean,
yeah, yeah. Actually, you're always wasting your time. Is more like it.
it's not just time.
Yeah, yeah,
hmm
exactly.
Right. How about you, Justin?
As far as how I got in this,
Uh, hmm?
as far as
Yeah. How
what,
did you end up? How'd you end up just
uh,
with your background?
after
It's usual North
some,
Jersey stuff. Gunpoint was involved. It's fine.
yeah, a lot of harassment, and I finally caved in.
Right.
Well,
Um,
quite the
he kept,
salesman,
And
I think.
did the Waka stuff.
yeah, I mean, he's got all sorts of different Wakas. He's got Waka Gaming, Waka Softball. I was not involved in any of it. Um, his whole little motorsports car club thing, I'm really not much into that either. But this was something interesting, and
It's a nice
after asking,
diversion, he sounds.
yeah, you know, he kept pushing on it, and it sounded interesting. It sounded fun. Um, I'd always been into like rally racing.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Never did it, but I used to watch it on TV. I thought it was a lot of fun. I like road racing. Um, never never thought I would do any of it. And then this came up, and I thought it sounded a little cheesy at first. The whole, you know, the shtick of lemons, but after a while, it just kind of grew on me, and here we are.
You found your idiots.
Yeah, I fell for the idiot.
That's right.
Okay.
So you guys drive a Honda. Hondas are cool. Hondas are Legos. What is the reason why you chose that one?
One reason was I
It was
wasn't going to.
free. I'm sorry.
Well, I
Say that
wasn't going
out
to
loud.
participate. I wasn't going to participate in any of his other dream cars.
Okay.
His Cobalts or his Saturn Ions or whatever the hell else he was thinking about. I had no interest in any of them. And when he started messing around with the idea of a Civic, I was like, yeah, I can get with that. I drive a Civic
Okay.
every day. I've always been at the Hondas, so it kind of fell into place.
The initial plan was, for me at least, if we're going to build something, I want to build something that I kind of like. And the only two car brands I really mess around with are Honda and GM. I'm a little bit more of a Chevy guy, actually, and very familiar with the Cobalt. When we both dove into this, though, it was what will get us views on YouTube, and nobody's going to watch a Cobalt being built for anything. And I had a better chance of building a Civic. Actually, I went and looked at a bunch of different cars. This one kind of just fell in our lap, and we just pulled the trigger.
Ah. So how
Well,
much how much training do you actually have when it comes to working on cars?
Me,
Zero.
I've played with cars like I've probably been into drag racing since before I could drive.
Hmm.
Um, Watching my dad growing up, he's swapped motors out of his Monte Carlo '87 Monte Carlo, and he's played with cars growing up. Got me into cars. For the most part, anytime I've really started to dive in and wrench, he's been there to help me. So I don't ever kind of get stuck or get my hands too dirty without him kind of taking over. So he's kind of been my guardian angel in a way. If
Hmm.
ever I get stuck, he's there to help me. So it's always been modding something, and he's there. I do it with him.
Hmm. Nice. And
And
how about you, Justin?
me, on the other hand, like I said, I wasn't really into modding cars, fixing cars. Everything I learned on fixing cars was basically out of necessity. I drove several crack cans early on and needed to learn how to change alternators and needed to learn how to change fan belts and brakes. And it wasn't because I was trying to make the car nicer or faster. I was just trying to keep it going,
Hmm.
which is one of the reasons why this felt like a calling when he started bringing it up.
Hmm.
Hmm.
This whole endurance racing.
Well,
Hmm.
your first three events, I think it was three events.
Yeah, not much endurance.
It was not much endurance. Endurance was low. So let's just bring everybody up to speed. Who wants to summarize the first three, and then we'll talk about this one, which is vastly different.
Technically, we entered two. The third one we backed out of.
Oh, okay.
So in 2023, we entered officially New Jersey and New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
We blew a motor in New Jersey
Mm-hmm.
in 23. We weren't able to get it in and working prior to the closing of signing up for Connecticut, so we missed Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to New Hampshire and blew our second motor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, New Jersey in 2024 was technically our third race, but it was our fourth motor.
That's true. Okay. All right. So I got a little confused with the carnage. Um, you you guys did do some good recon though. I remember you coming to the track at least twice to see what was going on and you know learn what not to do from everybody who was there, which is usually the best plan because learning what to do is a whole different set of boils. But
Yeah,
Yeah, I came once all by myself when it was in New Jersey. I think that was in
22.
2022 to do recon and learn, get pictures of roll cages and ideas for belts and everything. And then I came back and told both my dad and Justin, you guys got to come to this next race. There's one in Connecticut. We were actually hoping to have been ready for 2022 in Jersey. We were having trouble with the roll cage. We didn't get that done for Connecticut, so we all kind of took a road trip to Connecticut to check that out, and that finalized our car. That kind of gave us all the last bits and pieces we needed in terms of how to better prepare it. And then 2023 was our first race.
nice. Okay. So you did a few things right, and then you didn't get paid. Well, let me put that in quotes.
Wait, you
You
guys get
didn't
paid for this?
you didn't get paid. It didn't pay off very well for you, but you kept to it, and there was a bit of frustration there. And but this race, the weather was nice.
Beautiful.
The track was freshly paved for you. I mean, we were one.
Freshly, so nice.
That's so nice. So obviously you brought the finest piece of equipment that you guys had finished, 6 months ahead of schedule. Isn't that how the week went?
That's
18
no.
hours.
Oh, no. Not even close.
So after New Hampshire, after we blew up in New Hampshire in October of 23, we went and sourced a motor. It took us a little longer to find that motor, but we basically built it over the winter. It got a little headwork. It got new pistons and rings, new bearings. The rod stayed the same. Um, my dad's a machinist. He worked some magic on that end.
Nice.
We finally got it in the car about a month before the race, and we needed to put some mileage on it. We added a bunch of stuff to it, power steering and whatever. Um, We put about 120 miles on it with just breaking it in, and it was 2 weeks. It was literally 14 days before the race. On our break-in route, we blew the motor up. That was our third motor.
Why? Do
Uh,
you guys have a history with the motors?
They're very good at breaking motors.
we do have some leads with some suspicions. It looks like it might have been a head gasket issue, which we also ran into at New Jersey. We went through 2 head gaskets Friday night on a similar issue.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't leak initially. We ran the car for about 20 minutes, no issues, no leaking, and then like you snap your finger, it started pouring out, and the uh, the exhaust side of the motor on I think cylinder 1, that corner part of the head gasket fell into like a galley. It like maybe wasn't cut properly,
Mm-hmm.
and the oil started mixing.
Uh-huh.
Next thing you know, we when we had blown this last motor, we saw water. We weren't really sure why we blew water, but it was actually water had mixed with the oil. So when we blew a hole in the motor, it was water and oil spraying out.
Mm.
So you're getting good at changing head gaskets now? Is that what we're going with?
We're getting good at changing D series motors.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got to leave some for everybody else. You can't use them all up.
They're becoming harder
That's
to find and
debatable.
more expensive. Yeah, we don't like that.
I get that.
Oh.
All right. So it wasn't just the two of you at this race. Who was there?
Well, we also brought the mad scientist, my dad,
Mhm.
basically the architect of the car.
Mm-hmm.
The three of us have kind of been in this since the beginning. We do have another owner, Andrew, who wasn't able to make either New Jersey race. He has family obligation, unfortunately, each of these weekends. But we had like a secret weapon. His name is Johnny Rosario, aka Johnny J Swap. Him and his girlfriend kind of came and they provided us with the additional manpower and expertise we needed to kind of push through all the issues Friday.
So how did you come across Johnny?
Just meeting people, messaging people on Instagram or Facebook about cars or parts, or I don't even remember how I initially met him. I think he messaged me about he liked the way the car looked on a social media post. He stumbled upon it.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking, and then I bounced stuff off him for a while, like anybody else, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of met him through social media.
He was probably one of the nicest guys.
Yeah,
And
he's great.
he really was. And he also helped us out with our car, solved a couple little problems because we had some tricky problems that was
Pulse,
not
right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
he just seemed to kind of step in and just, oh yeah, don't worry about it. So it was really nice.
Yeah,
But apparently he was kind of going around the paddock at the same time and making friends, which is what you do with lemons. So I
yeah.
think he got pulled in.
So
Yeah,
last
he
year he was
worked on
supposed to
3 or
come with
4
us
cars.
to
Mhm.
yeah, he was supposed to come with us to New Hampshire. Um, Scheduling didn't work out, but yeah, he had been pulled around and I guess helped several Honda teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
And he's
gotta
awesome.
say,
Like I can't thank him. Can't thank him enough.
no.
Until he puts it in his headphones. He
Yeah.
puts in his
Well, I think
headphones, he
that
gets in
keeps
his
him.
zone.
Yeah, that keeps him focused. It keeps him
Yeah.
focused. So.
I might have to try that because I always get cranky.
Yeah, that was pretty nice, I have to say. So,
Yeah, we're working with him. I think he became inspired to possibly look to build his own like Lemons car.
yeah.
We're gonna kind of I wouldn't say mentor, but
Oh God, I hope
bring him
not.
into our no. At least not with motors.
No, not with motors.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to bring him into our fold and try and get him to a race in a car he can build. We'll see. A long process.
Well, that's a fascinating thing that you brought up. So,
Go ahead.
so
Which part?
that you brought that up that because Johnny is a very
Uh-oh.
valuable asset to someone. So, especially wink, wink, Waka, um,
Yeah.
as a thank you, we for helping us and the mutuals back and forth between our team is that November, Johnny is joining us at a HPDE, and we're starting
Awesome.
him off on the track. He's going to be in our RV, so we're hosting him and his girlfriend the entire weekend, and Bill's going to be instructing him.
That's awesome.
So I said
That's great.
the minimum he needs to do is just get a helmet, and because that's what like our thing is getting
Yeah.
people on track. So we're giving him what he needs as his basics to get him started, and then shoving him back over to the Waka team. But so yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So we're covering like all food and lodging, everything. He just needs to cover his registration, and if it doesn't have a car, he can ride one of ours.
He's
we got
very
cars.
good. I can vouch for him in terms of his driving also. So at least in terms of his shifting and of the techniques, he should be fine in that regard.
That's awesome.
He's a quite a good person to have on somebody's team. I mean, we're pretty solid on ours, but I was like, don't let that one go.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
Yeah. So
Trying to bring him in as much as we can.
yeah, I think he's actively building a car right now without a cage, but he's actively putting a car together for him and his girlfriend.
Yeah, they're always working
That's
on
what they
some
do.
sort of build.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
So race weekend, you guys got there, car good to go after the minor testing issue. Piece of cake, right?
Not one issue.
Yeah,
Something.
not when I was driving.
No.
There you Justin, you take the high road on this one. What do you got? You guys got there and everything was good to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you guys
By the
do
time I got the car, it was already ruined, and I just drove it.
Yeah, that's perfect. Did you guys do practice on Friday or no?
No, we didn't.
No. Was Friday
So-
head
well,
gasket day?
Yeah, Friday we were
Friday.
working through issues like from the beginning.
And what were those issues again? The head gasket?
The motor hadn't really driven more than I think 2 miles after it was put in. So we got it through tech, and as we pulled out of tech, water started pouring out, and then we noticed all the issues that had formed, and then it was a matter of beat the clock, beat the stores closing.
Mm-hmm.
We swapped one head gasket out, let it run for another 15 minutes. It leaked again. That head gasket was bad. Had to run back. It was an hour each trip to the local parts store that had the proper head gasket. Again, Johnny swapped heads out about as fast as possible. And we weren't planning on testing anyway,
Okay.
mainly to conserve some of the funds and just to try and keep the car in a slightly better shape. But we also had a brand new setup. The car was totally different: power steering, coilover suspension, a slightly different camber setup. We weren't really sure what we were working with. We would have liked to have tested, but with all the totality of the circumstances, we decided to avoid testing on Friday.
Okay. So Saturday morning, this is me and you, Justin. We got this one. Saturday morning, I believe Rich started the day off. I believe now, Justin, make sure I'm accurate on this. I believe he started his first lap 5 times. Was it 5 times?
It was 3 or 4 at least.
At least. So first,
He was circling the paddock.
yeah, he was really good at circling the paddock. Like lots of experience.
He got us our first 2 warnings for speed limit in the paddock.
Mhm.
No
When the race
way.
even went green.
No.
Rich.
I got no warnings. No. He's
No warnings.
Rich.
No warnings. Just a lot of yelling.
So
No,
I
was
remember
creepy crawling.
Safety pin in the fire bottle. So that was one,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And then there
And
was
his
it
Hans
the
wasn't on correctly.
Hans wasn't on. That's right. And then what was the other? Oh, didn't he come in because the GoPro wasn't working?
Yeah, GoPro wasn't on.
Oh,
The
God
GoPro
forbid.
wasn't on.
No. That wasn't
Diva.
the only one. I didn't come in
Diva.
just for the counting.
Diva.
There was 3.
Diva.
I can't remember what the third one was. It was Pin, the Hans, and there was one other. I happened to notice the lack of footage being captured, and that was in addition to.
That something about his diaper wasn't quite right or something. It was something like that. But eventually,
don't knock them till you try them.
eventually, I believe he used up half of
He
his.
raced in a Depends.
I believe he used up half of the gas tank going around the paddock all these times, going out to the track and coming back in. Eventually, you guys did start to race.
We did. We did get out there.
So how was it getting out on the track, finishing your stint?
So for this race, at least, since Justin and I had both done stints in Jersey in 2023, we set a lineup of me first, my dad second, and Justin third. Basically, in the hopes that I would get through my stint and get it to my dad, get it to the mad scientist, because he hasn't run. He went to New Jersey and New Hampshire and got like no laps.
Right.
So getting out on track, I think we had missed like 3 laps. The race was already started. I didn't have any warm-up laps, really fresh. Going out there in that manner, I didn't like it, didn't love it. It was very weird, especially because I wasn't sure what the motor was going to do. We had a backup ECU in also. The goal was to just put it in 4th gear and just drive around for a little bit and see what the water temp and oil pressure looked like. And little by little, maybe ratchet it up. So initially it was kind of worrisome, but after a little while started to calm down and felt I got a little more confidence. And just as the confidence started to build, I think it was like the 45-minute mark we were out there, we blew an oil line.
Yeah.
In a big way. I mean, you got oil everywhere.
Coming out of the Octopus, I saw a puff of smoke out my rear view, and I was hoping that was the car to my right on the brakes, and then I saw my windshield start to get sprayed, and I immediately turned the car off and pulled off the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were quite concerned because that wasn't how the day was scheduled. We had other plans for you.
Yeah.
So that one didn't take you too long to get back out there.
It was a pretty simple fix. It was we had a remote oil filter. The housing to that, the fitting was compromised. I'm not sure when it happened, but that had come on and off so many times the past 2 weeks. It ended up just being messed up. So we bypassed that, and we got back out on the track right after that.
Okay. So I think that was the last of your trips in, I believe, before your stint ended. Then finally your dad gets in the car. No, there was more. I can't remember. You just kept coming. You just kept coming in. You kept coming in to wave at us.
The plan was to run 2 hours, and at the hour and 30 or hour and 20-minute mark, after that hard hairpin to the left, the car felt weird to me again. A left front. And I wasn't sure if it was a flat or if I was imagining things. So to be on the safe side, I pulled off and got a tow back in, and we had actually had a flat tire on the left front.
Justin,
a puncture.
Justin, what? I thought you trained this guy better. What's going on here? He's like a bad penny. He just keeps coming back.
I was feeling a lot better about myself after last year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so then can we finally get your dad in the car? Or are you going to break it some more?
Yes. Then we.
You know what? I bet Rich stepped out, kicked the car, and then let his dad in.
I wanted out. I was trying to jump out as we brought it in, and they changed the tire. But I went back out for another few laps before he got back in the car. He finally got in the car.
And how do you like it?
He loved it. It was, I guess, everything or more than he could have imagined. To have run wheel to wheel was great.
And this is his first time on track, wheel to wheel, like for endurance.
Officially no, but he did 1 lap last year in Jersey with the car that was broken. This year, this was his first real experience.
That's awesome.
So 140 cars ish.
Yeah, there was still a bunch of cars going.
You throw him in the deep end at his first race. That's a good parenting skill. Way to take care of your father.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
I don't
He's
know.
screaming.
Figure it
I
out.
won't listen to him.
So Justin,
Adapt and overcome.
you were next.
Yeah, after he finished,
Yeah.
yeah, I jumped in and the goal was to just pass it off.
Yeah.
So just turn laps.
How'd the car feel?
Tremendous compared to last year.
Yeah.
The coilover system, the suspension was night and day from last year.
Really?
We were on some cheap eBay street suspension, giant springs, very bouncy. We were all over the place. Every turn you took, the back end just wanted to fly away on you.
Ugh.
But yeah, like I said, for this one, I was just trying to turn laps. I wasn't trying to race. I mean, just trying to be out there, stay out of everybody's way. I know I'm the weak link as far as driving goes. I'm just trying to get the car back in one piece at this point.
So, do you have general experience in racing? Or is this like
No,
one of the first couple times out?
yeah, this was it. We
This
did
was
a
it.
we did a yeah we did a skip barber in I believe it was October of 22, right before the winter, before we shut down and got ready for New Jersey in 23.
Up at
But that
Lime
was
Rock?
it. No, it was actually at Jersey on
Oh,
the
okay.
Lightning course.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
So
we had done that. And that was it.
what was the experience for you? What was that like? With that many cars on track and people zipping by?
Yeah, I mean, after doing it last year was, you get out there and the adrenaline's pumping.
Hmm.
And after having done the track day and after having done test day, I went into it, I got this. And lap one, I'm backwards on the octopus.
Oh, jeez.
Lap one, like I had no problem. I got this. We're good. And coming around that first that wide sweeping right on I don't know what is that. I guess they
8.
consider that turn 8.
Yeah, you turn 8. Yeah.
I spun it, and I wound up in the grass. And
Ah,
it took me a little while to get rid of the jitters, but that was it. Other than that, it's like, I mean, it's not that it's like driving on the highway in New Jersey, but it's kind of close.
it's kind of like driving, like going from like right around Perth Amboy area on the highway, on the massive highway. That's what on the
Yeah,
turnpike.
yeah. Everybody's trying to get in a different direction, and nobody cares about anybody else.
That's
Um,
right.
I mean, it was a lot of fun. You're trying to, trying to stay out of the way of the cars that you should get out of the way of, and trying to, compete with the cars you should be competing with. It is what it is. You just keep going.
Well,
Definitely more aware this year of gauges and traffic around me,
that's a good plan.
which
I like
was
that
which
plan.
was an issue last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're used to Jersey driving. It's the same thing on the track. It's just, a little less coffee in the lap and a little less makeup being applied while they're driving. So
Yeah,
it's
and less
fine.
middle fingers too.
No, about the same. About the same.
About the same.
We gave you guys some waves as we went by every now and then.
Yeah, yeah. I saw them.
Yep. It was fun.
Sometimes I got 2 a lap. It was really weird.
There you go. That's fine. So,
Mm-hmm.
so did you finish the day?
Once I brought it in, day one I was under the impression Rich was taking it back out to take the checker, but he had decided, unbeknownst to me, that he was going to give it to the old man. So
Oh,
when I came in uh, to hand it off, he's he's in the suit and he's jumping in, and I was all about it. It was great.
Yeah.
yeah.
He had quite the look
That's
on his face.
amazing.
Yes.
Because if anybody is not familiar with lemons, at the end of each day, all the cars that finish, it's a major parade opportunity, and so everybody's high-fiving. Some are getting sprayed with water, some are getting sprayed with not water, and we definitely gave a high five to the dad.
Yeah, that was
It was
part of the
well-deserved.
thinking that went into that. Yeah, I was hoping he would bring it home and finish the day, and then get to experience that. He definitely deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked very happy on his face when there.
So what was his overall experience of the entire weekend when you guys kind of caught back up a couple days later?
Basically, even it was kind of it never really came down. Even from like when we were packing up, he had a blast. He couldn't. Kind of, I'm in the same boat. I was just to experience the whole weekend. Both of us. There's just so much time and energy put into this whole process. To finally not even win, just to be able to finish the racing was very rewarding.
That's
And
a huge part though. Don't underestimate that part because as we have always said on the podcast, is somebody had told me that for all these cars that are built, there's no place for you to test them but on the track.
Yeah.
So sometimes sorting it out at Lemons is you sorting your car out for the next race, and then making the checker is a huge deal.
It is.
Yeah, that's kind of a factor that was just at play because we hadn't really driven this car much. There was
No,
no real test and tune, and to have put everything together besides the motor, but even at that on Friday, just have everything work and have such a good experience was awesome.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm coming to you, Justin. Obviously, after the debacle on Saturday morning, you guys had everything together. All the checklists were filled out. Car was prime. Driver was prime. First driver went out right on time, on the track, did the warm ups, took the green flag to start. Isn't that how it happened, Justin?
Yeah, we should have got up about a half hour earlier.
There we go.
We
Yeah.
we thought we had enough time. We weren't that far off track. Um, by the time we got there, just it's hectic. You're trying to get everything ready. He was in the car. We did get out on time. He did get probably a lap or two warm up. Um,
Yeah.
they dropped the green a little early. I mean, as
Hmm.
far as I saw, I think they dropped at like 8:58 or something. But
Hmm.
he was ready to. He was out there by 8:55. He did take the green. I know that.
Oh,
I thought he came back
Uh,
in
uh,
for something, didn't he?
I don't think so. On
Yes,
Sunday?
I did, but we had just enough time to get back out. Yeah,
Ah, yes,
I
yeah.
think
That
I think it
you
was the
know
pin
what? That
again.
might have been GoPro day. I think that was GoPro day.
GoPro day.
I think no, the GoPro we didn't even have running.
Yeah.
I put the GoPro in on my final stint. It was the pin again,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
fire
That's right.
extinguisher pin.
I'm before this podcast ends, I'm expecting a thank you for my left shoulder because without my left shoulder, all your GoPro footage would have been really, really foggy.
That's
Well,
right. That's right.
that
You
was
What do
cleaned
you
the lens
mean?
on day one.
That's right.
What happened?
So
I
I had
flexed.
I had put the GoPro in. Learning from last year, I had a redundancy. I had one phone streaming, and the GoPro was just recording. And the stream was very poor Saturday, but I had to rely on the GoPro for any sort of footage. In my haste, I guess I had rubbed up against the lens, and it was all scuffed up and like mucky.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill had come into the driver compartment at one point, I think to get my helmet or my Hans device.
Hans, and then I think I pulled the pin.
Yeah, and his shoulder grazed the lens of the GoPro, cleaning it, wiping it clean, and therefore giving us great footage the rest of the day.
Bill.
My luxury mammalness combined with my flexion of my medial deltoid, it just took care of things. It's fine. So
Yeah,
Sunday, how'd that go?
saved us.
How'd Sunday go? You guys look like you did pretty well. Not too much issues there. You guys were kind of doing laps and taking names.
So Sunday, I started again. I guess I felt the most comfortable being in the most traffic. Um, my stint went, I think, for the most part, without any real issues. Sunday morning, actually, after the first few laps, we gave it the green light to really push it. And I think that's at some point we ran one of our fastest times of the day. I turned it over a touch about on schedule, but a touch early to the mad scientist, who again also ran very consistent times without issue. And then he turned it over to Justin, who also really ran consistent times without any issue. I think there was about an hour and a half left when Justin turned it over to me for the final stint. And as he came down into box on pit road, our right front brake caliper fell off.
That's right.
Ah.
So when I went to leave, we didn't realize that. He locked the brakes the last like 10, 15 feet. I just thought he was really pushing the brakes. It was the brakes not being engaged anymore.
Yeah,
Wow.
they were not engaging at all. And then I was about to pull back left and go back out into the lane because the car wasn't stopping. And then all of a sudden, before I could reach over and grab the e-brake, the thing just stopped on a dime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just froze up, huh? Locked?
Yeah, that probably had something to do with I want to say a lap or two before that, where so while we were in there, we're changing drivers. We can't figure out why the car won't move now after he gets in, and I believe it was Dale came over, didn't he? Dale came over and
Yeah.
told us we got a black flag.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why. It turns out being that there was near contact with El Jefe, the big red machine.
Right.
They thought that we had made contact going around, I believe that's turn 6, that the 90 degree leading up to the last straightaway before the octopus. So yeah, during that we had a little rough entry on the corner. Neither one of us touched. He went off. He had 2 wheels in the grass. I had jerked the wheel left, and I wound up all 4 wheels on the rumble strips on the left. Did my last 2 laps, came in, and somewhere during that we must have backed out the one of the caliper pins or bolts.
Wow.
That could be a
But
bad
yeah,
day.
So was there any destruction on the inside of your wheel area?
On a nice little groove. Nice little gouge. I don't think it's not going into the scrap heap in the sky or anything like that. I think we can still use it. It'll be salvageable.
Wheel wasn't compromised. It's still usable.
Yeah.
So
put the bolt back in. I believe you have one of our bolts, which is more than fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where that came from.
Yeah. And then got back out there and finished up.
Yep. I went back out to finish. Again, we were going to try and push to try and beat our lap time. I think maybe our tire pressure was up a little too high because I didn't have any more grip. I wasn't sure if the tires were gone or the track was greasy, but I pushed the next few laps. When I couldn't get the grip I was expecting or had in the morning, I just kind of said, "That's it. Let me bring it home," and went into like coast mode to avoid everybody else and just run clean laps. And that was it.
Butts and seats.
That's right. Going roundy.
That's it.
I do. I think somehow when you got off the track at the end, you drove into one of my water bottles. I don't know how it happened. I mean,
oh my God, I was truly blinded for 4 seconds.
I had it in my eyes too.
100% of that water bottle, when it got squirted, my eyes took the brunt of it. They didn't close at all.
You drove right into it.
Said,
I couldn't believe that. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I kind of laughed because I should brake here. I don't know where the car's in front of me. I can't see. What do I do? And then I kind of started to see again, but that was a little sketchy.
You just need windshield wipers on your eyelids. You'll be fine.
It felt great. That was very rewarding. It was hot as hell too because I didn't have the cool suit on. We went bare bones, no water tank, so that was refreshing. Yeah.
So what was the What did you do really, really well this time around, and what do you think you could do better next time?
Hmm.
Did you have any aha
Justin, you want to
moments?
start? That's a lot. Yeah.
Personal
Although by the,
wins.
I turn the car over every time
That's a
in
good
one
one.
piece. Yeah.
Okay.
Although the gauges weren't working when I got the car, because we had already eliminated the oil pressure gauge, I made it a point on the front stretch and on that back stretch right before turn 4, where you're going up that little incline.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
made it a point, check the gauges each time. So twice per lap, I'm checking gauges, making sure everything's copacetic, water temperature is where it should be. I'm looking for pressure, but obviously we have a little sticker with a friendly reminder that it's no longer working.
It's with
Um,
love. The sticker was with
yes,
love.
uh, and I did love
Lots
it.
of
And
love.
sometimes I read it out loud. There was a few times I read it out loud. I don't know how well the cameras caught it, but there's a few times where you definitely not PG.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can look at
Um,
that.
but yeah, just improving improving awareness of the machine, not just the track, which was probably my bigger issue. Like last year, I think I was fine handling the traffic, but I think I was so concerned with traffic that I was ignoring the car.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot
So this
to
time
take
I
in.
was so this time it was more, make a conscious effort to pay attention to the machine.
Hmm. Information overload.
I think some of what we did good was, get the car to the next driver, uh, kind of communicate or have like a game plan on how we would go about doing that also. And then obviously with Johnny, we did well with adapting to issues that sprung up and working through them.
Oh my
I
gosh.
I'm not sure if he wasn't there that we even get into Saturday because we had assumed that actually that the block was bad and it wasn't faulty head gaskets. So we were like, I mean, it's just not meant to be.
Hmm.
But I think overall, one of the things we had done good was pre-race prep and all the stuff we had brought, working through our problems, and then kind of making adjustments on the fly.
Awesome.
Yes, he was definitely a pretty creative problem solver just in general. Talented,
I would
more than
say
creative, just talented.
yes. I would say he was the unsung hero, but I've been singing his praise for the most part. He was uh, instrumental in keeping the car kind of going, especially with what he did Friday, getting us through that whole ordeal.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I tell you, he never broke a sweat.
No, he's
Well,
a
I meant
maniac. Yeah,
like he didn't stress about anything. He's like, "Psh, I got this. It's not that big of
he
a deal,
knows.
guys." Right. He's
Johnny
like, it's not the,
knows.
yeah. And
You
that's
know,
what
That's
I
the
think
name
that was
Cool
most
Suits.
impressive because my situation when the bolt broke off in the block when I was well, the helicoil tool broke off in my block in the
Yeah,
head part trying to put it in there. So he's just like, we'll figure this out. Don't worry about it. I got this. And I'm just like, man, you are so good for somebody's team. Really.
yeah, yeah.
And
I
just
got
how
very lucky.
as level-headed as he was, he's an asset.
He
Yep.
was. He was huge.
the
Hmm.
one the one thing
Unsung hero.
one thing we didn't talk about was he did allow you guys to go leave the track a little early, and he kept working so you guys could rest, so you were useful the next day because you guys
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
guys were still pretty tired the next day, and
Yeah, Saturday night we had kind of tried to clean up and do what we could to the car, and at a certain point, obviously my dad's a little older. He was like, I gotta go home. We did have two cars, so I was gonna try and hang a bit and help Johnny and Justin and his son were gonna go back with my dad, but he was like, look, I got this. You guys go do what you gotta do. I'm gonna mess around for a little while. He was in the zone, and I was
Hmm.
like, all right, if you got it. Let me know if you need help. We'll be here early in the morning. And by the time we got back, he had gone through a few things, and
mhm.
Helped us out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was working in the garage with me quite early in the morning. Both of them were
Mhm.
actually, so that was awesome.
They were crucial.
How was your son at the race, Justin?
He was making sure all the charging cables were capable of charging anybody's cell phone. He
Uh-huh.
made sure the GoPros were charged.
That one chair was well taken care of. Nobody was taking that.
Yes, he was guarding the peanut butter stuffed pretzels. Made
Hmm.
sure nobody walked off with that canister.
There are people who try to poison those things. Don't underestimate
Yeah,
that, you know?
well, last year we kind of felt that way. So this year we needed a little we needed a guard on
Hmm.
our snack
Did
content.
he enjoy himself?
He did. He had a good time.
That's awesome.
I had a good time. Just the fact that he was there was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like the teenager who has fun but doesn't want anybody to know it because that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, yeah,
That kind
definitely.
of sums it all up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He also enjoyed the round trip. Each time we left the track, we were stopping for milkshakes.
Ah,
We were at either Blinkers or what was the other ones? The other ones Flippers or something like that.
hmm.
Yeah, our hotel was right near Flippers, so we were daily milkshakes.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do for a race weekend, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
Bribery
I mean,
works.
it's fine.
yeah,
We're a Slurpee family, but it's fine. So,
yeah.
I love a good milkshake.
yep.
I offered every time, and he said no, so I don't want to hear it.
Don't worry. He'll ask for other stuff. Don't worry. You're not getting off free. It's no doubt. So, you guys got a full weekend. Obviously, all you did was drive. Race hangover's fake. I mean, no, everybody always talks about it, just trying to get sympathy, but there's nothing real. There's no post-race hangover.
We're
No.
not big partiers. We're not big partiers, but I'll tell you, my neck, my shoulders were killing me for
Hmm.
the better part of the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Was that
Yeah,
you gripping the steering wheel for dear life?
Probably a little bit. Just trying to get around the halo in the seat to see
Hmm.
out the passenger side.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all neck movement because your chest is strapped so tight back. You can't really you're not moving your whole body to look.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that's actually something to think about is like the slow and mellow guys, they put all their stuff together, just the two of them. And for all of us to coordinate and get prepared and get down there and race all weekend and then clean up and hike back, I can't imagine doing it one less person, but we definitely felt the full extent of the exhaustion. Even just besides racing, you're just being aware, being like on,
Hmm.
knowing times and who's what, where, why, and when, and what I need to do and what parts do I need to get. It's just mentally and physically exhausting. It really is.
Adrenaline crash. It happens.
Delegate. You got to delegate.
That's something we talked about after the weekend. I reached out and Justin and all these guys kind of came back with ideas on what we can do to get better and areas of concern or areas where we can simply just improve. We only had like a couple of hot pits. I think we did most of our driver changes inside the garage.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys were
Yeah.
sorting it out still.
Communication, we couldn't communicate with the paddock and the driver, so they never know when somebody was coming in, and even when we had hand signals, it was getting confusing. And then logistics, trying to figure out where certain things are placed and how to get to them, and there's a long list of things we can improve and do better. But the whole weekend, it takes like I we had three with Johnny and his girlfriend Ian, I guess five official hands-on people, and it was a truly exhausting experience.
Hmm?
Wow. I'm telling you, you guys got to get a whiteboard if you don't already have one.
That was one of the things on the improvement list, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We garage organization is number one on my list because I'm clueless most of the time in the garage anyway, but just walking in and seeing that mess, like I, I'm gonna start pushing stuff out of the way and trying to straighten up. And
Yeah.
But if I don't know where you want your stuff, I don't know where I'm going to put it. So
A
it's like
good,
tools just get left alone.
a great paddock to check out would be Audra's, the slippery slope team, the white one that was on
Mhm.
the other side of us. They have a strong garage paddock organization
Mhm.
With the
system
couch.
going. Yeah,
Couch
they brought the
helps.
couch in. Yeah, they had
Yeah.
two.
Couch.
That's what they sleep on. If it lays down into a sofa.
Nice.
So
Interesting.
that then they sleep in their car trailer.
So the couch lays down into a sofa.
Yes. Well, yeah, it does. Absolutely. um,
How about a bed? Say
I knew
bed.
what
I
you meant.
know, I know, I know. So yeah,
The post race
but
hangover continues.
yeah, so they kind of brought that out. I don't know if they needed space in the car trailer or something, or they just had an extra. That's probably it
they
then.
just wanted to be cool kids having a couch in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have like a
Mm.
kitchen in there. They set up a kitchen and then they set up a workstation and then they set up like the organization for the tools and they have a communication section.
Right.
So it's really well done.
Mm.
Of course, and then the stuff they have in the garage. So take a step by and take a look at theirs.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I
step
had
Definitely
taken
like
a few pictures. Definitely learned from.
Mhm.
yeah, definitely like the way some guys, some of the teams set up their garages with just tool storage, with just the guys with the Mad Max car next to us with
Mhm.
Mhm.
they had like the shelves and the storage bins. That was excellent. Like it would clean things up tremendously.
Right.
Well, I know in
I
in
think
our
you guys have
garage.
the hanger rack with
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
with all the race gear on it. Like that's definitely
Yeah.
bringing that because some of the people on the team wearing green shirts in this interview, um, they just throw their stuff on the floor like a child.
There's
And it's
Yeah.
just everywhere and you step over it for 3 days.
Animals,
Yeah.
those guys.
Animals.
there's nothing like putting on a nice wet sweaty suit the next time. It's
Oh
great.
man.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, for us, we turned our suits inside out and hung
Yes, that's what
them
I do.
in the sun to kind of like bake it a little bit.
Yeah,
So
air it out.
so the best thing you guys could do is I know for us we have areas that of responsibility. We have mechanic, we have the sous chef, which is we refer to as somebody who keeps the garage organized.
Mhm.
And then we have the person in charge of paddock and food. And then we have the runner and the person that holds the structure together. So that's a
Gotcha.
person that is in charge of setting up car time or who's going to be in and out of the car, who's going to be arranging the schedule for the gas, and that's usually along with the runner also. That's kind of like one and the same. And those are the responsibilities.
And the sous
But
chef
you
helps
guys
the
can
mechanic.
flip. Yeah, the sous chef
Right.
helps the mechanic and keeps this. If Johnny's in the car and he's throwing stuff, well, somebody's got to go behind him and make sure that you have the tools, make sure the tools go back.
Right.
And so there are areas of responsibility, but it can start out that way, but then it kind of morphs into something else.
Right.
In our
You don't have enough.
case,
You just don't have enough people. Sometimes you just
right,
You double up.
right. So every time we were missing something, we would write, Bill would write down on the whiteboard that, we need to make sure we bring this next time and stuff likes.
Mm.
So
There's
just
stuff
four areas, four strong areas.
and then we have at the bottom we have stuff we need like for the runner or next time somebody goes out or somebody goes out at night we need whatever, and then there's the stuff we have to fix here, and then there's the stuff we fix not here
At home.
later
At home, right?
because some stuff you have to fix in order to get out, and you'd be surprised. Well, you probably won't be surprised now. You've done a whole race. You'd be surprised that you could forget, like, oh, we need to fix this part, and or else,
Yeah,
and then Sunday morning comes.
redo the oil filter.
Yeah, and Sunday morning comes, and you're like getting ready to go, and you forgot to, put the oil in the car or something dumb. So write it down, cross it out. Life is good.
I like that. I like that idea. Actually, I had seen you had the laminated papers on like the ring,
Mhm.
and you were kind of going through your checklist. Like
Mhm.
that was also brilliant. I didn't forget that one.
Well, I
like
shoved
that. I
it
was
in your
like,
face saying this is why you're not out right now. So yeah, I would hope you
yeah,
didn't forget that one.
Mhm.
yeah. I need to copy your homework on that. Actually, that was
I-
brilliant.
well, if you're coming to Thompson, I've already got one printed and laminated for you. Just saying.
We'll be at Thompson.
There you go. Problem solved. Check that off your
Mhm.
list. That'll be fun.
Perfect.
It's gonna be a hot day.
Excellent.
Hot day.
Yeah,
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah,
it's going to be
Yeah,
brutal.
August in the
Thompson's
Northeast.
always brutal.
it is. There was one time it
Hmm.
wasn't, and we weren't there. We were in Huntsville, but whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
We, yeah.
so you guys finished the race. You guys got home. Everything's good. You're still alive. Life is good. You got any post race projects before Thompson?
Oof. Before Thompson, no.
Oh, cool. That's you're
Your
ahead of most
car's
teams.
ready to go. Perfect. Set up.
We've made a few adjustments on the car. Some like super minor, some functional. Like
Mhm.
the red interior. We're kind of painting that to stop being from such an eyesore.
Mhm.
Making some adjustments to the ram air headlight and the filter placement. Basically minor stuff. We do have. I don't even know if it's like ready to be talked about, but we do have like a another like another car um that is potentially going to be either a donor for this car or another race car.
Mhm.
Lingering, hanging out. We just purchased this because we couldn't let it go, and that's kind of where we find ourselves. Probably nothing happening with that before Thompson though.
So speaking as a team that did our first race pretty well, and then decided, well, that was easy. Let's go to the second race with two cars. So one car is
As
one
one should, as
as
one would.
yeah, because I never overdo anything. So, if one car is X hard, two cars is like 4X hard. It's not linear. It's so much worse. So
Mhm.
Exponential.
learn from a friend of yours who did the dumb plan you're even thinking about right now, and get through a couple more races. Just a couple more.
No question. First of all, I'm a glutton for punishment, but second, the progression for this quote unquote second car, it's honestly a parts car that's gonna
It,
it's gonna yeah.
it's for parts unless we can get more people to actually commit. If we can get more people to commit, then there would be an easy way to expand.
Well, the
Yeah.
world has an endless supply of idiots, so you guys have a chance there. So
We haven't
Yeah.
found any.
you should be fine.
Yeah.
Don't
We
worry.
just need to find some that are willing to blow some money.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there was, let's see, there was 147 cars, figure four people. There was like almost 600 idiots there, right? For you to just, whatever. It's fine.
I
Mhm.
I know a bunch of idiots. Briglack.
Yeah.
That's the guy at the end of my videos, by the way.
hmm I got it. That's fine. If he's scared to come out there and race with us, I mean, he's intimidated. It's fine. See, I'm working. I'm working.
That's
for you.
right. He probably is scared.
It
He's
is.
he's definitely scared. He's so scared. His arms are huge. He won't fit in the car.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe he can wipe your GoPro lens for you.
Yeah.
As my Canon did for
That's
you.
that's your job, Bill.
That's right. I did my job. Finally help you guys finish a race. And speaking of people who help you finish a race, we got a message. We just did the podcast with the Slow and Mellow friends, and they said, and I'm almost quoting, they said it was actually more fun to see you guys finish than it was for them to win big.
Wow. Well, I think
Wow. Well,
that's probably
I'm
got a lot
honored.
to do with the fact that they were so close to winning a few times,
Yeah.
and we were not supposed to finish.
I'm honored that they would even have thought of us and after their win. I
Mhm.
can't imagine them even thinking about the 70th placed team. But just like you guys, I rely on especially Ethan a bunch for info and suggestions. So I'm very humbled that they even acknowledged that we raced and they were excited for us. Really appreciated all their help and their enthusiasm.
I guess you could take it that way. I took it as you did so bad the first times that I mean, your way is much more positive though. I like your way. It's good.
It's very accurate. I like this is how I sell. I got to spin it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep, it's fine. Well, gentlemen, there was nothing that made me happier than seeing you guys get the race, getting your dad in the car, seeing all of
Oh,
you just do laps after laps after laps. Coincidentally, being able to shift garages and being next to us. We're gonna
that
say
was such a joy.
the podcast rub is in effect, and we hope we can rub off on you some more. And we want to see you finish up Thompson. That would be awesome.
Please rub off on us.
Yes. Yes.
We did actually. We had a garage stall. I guess it was like 3 or 4 garages down.
Mhm.
And when your, I guess it was Alan's car wasn't there or whatever. When we were able to switch,
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
made the experience much more enjoyable and easier, especially just being next to a group of people we converse with and talk with and who are so nice and helpful. So we thank you guys for all the help, especially since the beginning of like 2022 when I started talking to you guys. Been
Never a problem.
invaluable.
Well, up until this point, our help was useless, and we had done nothing for you. So hopefully, 600 episodes in the can, we finally got you through the finish line,
Yes,
and we want to see you do some
Wow,
more.
coming down.
6. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm very happy to have another Honda guys, in our circle. So hopefully we
Yes.
can kind of pair up some more.
that's right. We
Yeah.
haven't
Our
Team
garage is
Honda.
always open. Team
we
Honda.
Awesome.
we have an
Honda
outs
Track Rats.
we have an outstanding challenge, my dear, that you've forgotten
What's
about.
that?
We have been challenged to have a go-kart race in Jersey.
Really?
That's right.
That's right. Team Waka
Right.
versus
Team
Garage,
Waka.
Team GHiT.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to take care of that this summer now that we have a little bit of free time with no school. So that'll be great.
That is in the works.
That's all right. So if people want to see a great YouTube channel, much better than the way you race, a great YouTube channel, or keep up with the team, where would they do that?
Oh man, there's a bunch of them out there. I don't have one. A YouTube channel I have are a great one. The one I
Yours.
have is Waka Motorsports. It's not very good.
We'll go with yours.
Okay, Waka Motorsports on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. You could check us out there.
That's right. See that Slows car out there looking all spiffy?
Yeah, I love that livery.
You know what you need to do now? You need to go just a little bit faster so there's a little bit of blur in the pictures. That's what we need. Just a little,
Yeah.
just a little bit so there's that blur. Your pictures are crisp, too clean. You got to be faster.
Plan. Yeah, actually, you didn't even need a fast shutter speed.
Nope. Nope. I saw a guy out there
No
with
blur.
the cape over his head and the big old thing, the gunpowder light, and he got a good
Yeah, he's
picture of you
changing the
guys.
light bulb after right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, whatever. All right.
80,
Well,
80 miles per hour.
that's fine. 80's more than 79. Always remember.
I guess.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for coming on. It was awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Really,
Congrats.
so glad you guys made finish.
Congratulations.
It's only up from here.
That's right.
It's appreciated.
A
It's awesome.
lot of hard work. Good job, guys.
Yes. Thank you very much.
So post-race hangover is real.
Yeah, it is. Doing that for basically 4 days is nuts.
It is, isn't it?
Especially when you're not going home Sunday morning and you're all packed up Saturday night. It's a very different setup.
Yeah. You get to rest and you didn't wear yourself out. It's all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, I think actually there's been a ton of learning. I
Good.
won't
Yeah, don't
I won't
blow
jump in just yet.
Don't blow podcast.
But yeah, I gotta go like back to the gym. I definitely need to like get back into better shape. It took a lot.
Don't you like the
Took
people
a lot.
who sit there on Monday saying, "You just drove. Why are you so tired?"
It's yeah, I got that. I got it. My wife even was like, "Did you really? You just driving a car?" Like, actually, it never ends from the moment you wake up, like Thursday morning,
Uh-huh.
packing and
At
lifting.
best.
Like,
At
yeah,
best,
it
it starts
doesn't
on
end.
Thursday. No.
Doesn't end. Brutal.
No, the whole fun is and this is what we try to do. I'm not saying we do it, but we try to have the car in the trailer packed and loaded the weekend before. Because if you don't, then you're busting it the entire time, and then you leave, and then the weekend starts, and you might as well just have your teeth kicked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next race maybe. Well, we didn't have a motor in the car on Monday,
Oh, I'm not.
so
I'm not saying we do it. I'm just saying that's the goal. Because then
yeah,
you go in
that's a good
like
goal.
like
It's a goal, not saying that we achieve it, but
yeah, it's what we
it's
try.
what we shoot for.
Like I wear the
I like
Fitbit
that.
thing, and it's got like the
Yeah.
preparedness like 1 to 100. So the Friday before our race, I went down to 1, and I was at 1 the entire week through the
So
weekend into the next Thursday. So I was at zero preparedness basically for like 2 weeks. And
and
it was
so
just
was his mood because we were not prepared.
Happens.
it does. It does.
Yep.
So we had Slow and Mellow on the podcast that's coming out soon.
Did you? Awesome.
Yeah. It's kind of tough. It was fun though.
And Bomb
both
Squad.
both Ethan and Jonathan.
Yeah, both of them.
Awesome.
I don't
Awesome.
know. We had them with
Um,
another group. The Brooklyn Bomb Squad came on.
the Bomb Squad. They won the C, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where'd Justin go now?
Now he definitely lost him.
He is not good at this. So we'll get rolling as soon as this. Vic, you got the
I got the doc.
okay.
It just says Waka. That's like the best name. Waka.
That
Waka's
is
freaking.
encompassing all things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, you get her from the Muppets. I mean, there's just nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
It's not that
Fair.
hard to get her with Muppets. So
Fozzie Bear. Awesome.
Waka
Waka
Waka.
Waka.
Waka waka.
He's back again. Nope. What's
He's trying. He's trying.
spell his last name just so I have it for the notes?
ROLLINGS.
There is an S. Okay, that was what I was worried about.
So I sent you a message through Facebook. Did you get it?
Me?
Yes.
I
I did. I
I'll
messaged
check
you
right
like
now.
a week ago.
She's not. She is techno-Amish. The odds are she typed it and didn't hit send.
No. No.
Okay.
No, it said Waka Motorsports.
Let's double check. Oh, did you text? You messaged Waka?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Instagram or
It's
Facebook?
Facebook.
She doesn't do Instagram.
Facebook? I don't have anything from you.
Okay. I don't know what happened then.
It's okay. Justin,
all the
you
way-
good?
nope, all the way back to 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my Bluetooth, but it doesn't seem to want to connect.
No, that's fine. Everybody's like, should I have video? I'm like, you can have video. We don't use it yet. Eventually, we'll have a podcast room and we'll use it. But right now, whatevs. Audio only. All right.
You should be uploading this to YouTube anyway. It doesn't take any extra.
I know. Well, it takes two things extra. One, we have to have a decent looking thing going.
Fair.
And
Okay.
two, my beautiful bride can't constantly in the middle of the podcast say, you're going to edit this out. Because then,
Yeah. We have to get better.
I'm not.
I know.
It'll just take a little extra editing. That's all.
I'm not a video editor, and she relies on the editing occasionally more than once. So once we have the podcast room and she and I are face to face with the podcast going, then we'll
I'm not gonna do face to face with you.
Oh,
I
yes,
know
you
you
are.
have this dream, but I
Well,
don't think it's going to happen.
listen, I'm the one who puts the podcast up, so you can do what you want. I'm going to make it face to face. I might talk to somebody who knows a little bit about video editing to get it done, but it's going to
Yes, I
happen.
am quite techno-amish at times.
Yes, you are.